Hello there, Transformers and Star Wars fans. I just got home, and on my porch was this lovely Star Wars Mandalorian N-1 Starfighter crossover figure. I was so stoked. Even though I got charged for it the other day, I was not expecting it to come this soon. And I looked online. I can't find any reviews, any shots, any information about this. So I thought, why not film it and show it to you guys so you can see what is in the packaging. All right, let's take a look. All right, in here we have blast effects. We've got a pistol, more blast effects. The ship itself, no mini Grogu, sad but true, and a lot of extra packing material. So let's see what's in these packages. All right, we've got everything out. We have 2 of these explosions. A couple different size blast effects. A couple more. And a tiny little gun. Look at how little. That's very little. And of course, as I said before, the shield. The instructions are here. It says he is 37 steps and includes all the goodness that you would need to know to transform him properly or improperly as you wish. Cool. So let's take a look at him in vehicle mode. This is how he comes packaged. It's very nice looking. It's a little bit greebly, as you would expect. Just move its packaging, as you would expect from a Star Wars / Transformer. Nice. You've got some gold paint there. You have some sort of rusty sort of engine debris gold paint there. Silver gunmetal type paint. For the most part, it is a unpainted gray plastic. Some clear parts. And underneath, yeah, I mean, you've got some robot legs, but not a lot of kibble. No exposed heads. Nothing like that. Pretty compact. He's got a decent amount of heft to him. He doesn't feel cheap. And, of course, the pod here for Grogu, which you can remove the whole thing. It's part of the transformation. There's the pod. It all separates. But the pod here for Grogu, as I said, does not have a Grogu. So just to satisfy my own curiosity, I grabbed a couple things that I had lying around to see what would fit in there. I had this one from like a 3... Oh, God, I don't know what size it was, but like it was another Razor Crest type ship thing. And as you can see, I mean, he's in there, but that's not really the size meant for him. Right? Way too big. If his arms were down, maybe, but even then, you're not going to be able to close that. Another thing I did was I grabbed the Micro Galaxy Squadron Grogu, who is currently in his pram because otherwise he would be just too tiny. But if I take it off, you can fit that in there. But that's just kind of ridiculous. He's cute. I have a 3D printer that I have access to, so I might just print one that'll fit in there. But right now, yeah, not really working. Alright, so the last thing I have to try and fit in there is the Titan Master. I'll grab Zarek from Scorponok. See if we can get him folded up in such a way that he can sit in there. And no. Not really. Purely as a head? No. Even that. Go in there. No. There you go. That makes sense. That's not at all disturbing. And so, getting down to transformation. I haven't done it yet, so I'm going to do it and take you through the steps as outlined in the instruction book. All right, step 1, you are to pull the tail section off. We're just going to put that to the side. And then remove the little blast pod with nothing in it for no reason. Step 2, open up this panel here, and you can see his head down in there. Open up that panel there. All right, open up the chest panel, or what will be the chest panel. Tabs in. Oh, nope, I lied to you. Tabs go this way. All the way. Bring it in. This piece here is a little hard to get up. Then lift this up. Spin it around. Boom. Click in place. And you'll see that this tab, there's a slot there. And that holds in place securely. All right. At this point, we turn it around and we put the backpack together, and it's actually a lot of teeth on this backpack. You can see it all here, and they all connect in here. So you just want to make sure it all lines up, lights together. And that's it. Really simple. These wing parts you're going to bring back. Fold this section in. There's no clip. There's nothing to hold it in place. But it's not moving. It's pretty stiff. Pretty secure. All right. Now we're at this point. We're going to rotate the arms into their proper position. And these hook things here, it looks like there's slots here, a whole bunch of places, but it'll actually kind of clip, it's hard to see, right inside there, and you'll hear it. So this little nub here actually will click past there, and on that side, so it's in there, it's in place, not going anywhere. Hands are very straightforward hands. Open up the compartment, attempt to flip open the hand, and there we go. And the tooth thing will just lock back in there. Same on this side. Try to get out the hand. There you go. Stay in there. Arms, and now he's a floating, jet stormy kind of Beast Machines figure. There you go. There's a retool, Hasbro. You can bill me for the consult. The leg section is actually the trickiest part of the whole thing. I had to stop and take a look at things a couple of times to figure out where I was going wrong. So, turn the legs around. You're going to separate them. And at this part, it gets a little bit complicated. So, the feet, which is this whole section here, and lower shin, is blocking the inner leg. So, you actually have to kind of pop the foot out of its housing a little bit, right? Out that way. So pop it out. And then you're going to rotate it up on that hinge. Now you can separate the leg, bring it down, turn it, straighten it out. But then at the back, we still have a little bit more work to do because you actually have to spin the foot around, then pop it back into place, and then lower the back of it and get the foot in. There is an ankle tilt, so hooray for tilting ankles. But yeah, that was a little bit trickier. He does have a bit of a hollow leg behind, but this back piece covers up most of it pretty nicely. And you can't really avoid it because of the transformation. Okay, so this leg, same thing. You're going to pop the foot out, lift it up on that hinge, extend the leg, turn the leg around. You can swing this down, rotate the foot all the way around, bring it in, snaps into place, lower your foot, Bob's your uncle. And there you have N-1 Starfighter. Unlike many of the other Star Wars characters, he does not get a name, crossover characters. So no Ectotron, no nothing like that. So he's Manformer. No, that sounds wrong. But yeah, there he is. So yeah, really nice looking guy, sturdy. I actually really like this figure. Like, this is one of those figures I could see myself just picking up and fiddling, playing around with. So let's get in for a closer look. There is his head. Nice head sculpt. Clear chest plate. The only thing I don't like is he has these screws that are visible, and the backside of the arms are just so much nicer looking. Now, that is obviously because a lot of people, unlike many Transformers, may prefer this in vehicle mode. But yeah, I wish that wasn't quite so much of an eyesore. But he has some wrist gauntlets to fire things. Articulation, the arms move all the way around, somewhat bothered by hitting the stuff on the back. He has a upper swivel, bends at the elbows, wrist turn, waist rotation, legs go all the way up, all the way back. Good knee bend. Actually, does he? Yeah. Double knee bend. Hooray for double bending knees. So depending on how you want to snap that in place, there you go. His leg wasn't fully snapped in place. You can get a double knee bend out of him, but yeah, I just didn't have it all the way in there. Ankle tilt. Oh, got to fold this piece down. Ankle tilt is in there. Good range of motion, which means, yes, he will have some, get in their arm, some dynamic poses. Cool. All right. Now, for accessories, you still have his Stingray type thing, which transforms into a blaster of sorts. So you can flip that post down, bring this up, and in. And, I mean, it's a blaster. If a blaster, it must be called. It's not quite the long-range rifle he's used at some points, but it's there. Because, obviously, he has all of his blast effects, or his blooshes, as MGO calls them. They're there. So, yeah, so he's got some firepower he can unleash. The arm keeps coming untapped. There we go. And he has his little pistol. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. You're not going to win a gunfight. It's so tiny, the Bloosh destroyed it. Here, you lie down. But yeah, it can go right over the barrel. The Bloosh is so powerful, it goes back past the barrel. And he can hold it. But yeah. Actually, one cool thing, though, that I hadn't seen in any of the promo vids, is he actually has a holster. So you can take his little gun and actually pop it right into the holster, which I think is pretty darn cool. Stay up there. Yeah, it doesn't, like, it's not loose, like if I shake it, it doesn't fall through, but if I pose him, that arm likes to pop out of joint. There you go, he's in there, and that's all of his stuff. Okay, let's look at some accessories on him. Okay, accessories. Now, one thing that I noticed is the instructions don't actually cover this. We saw it in some of the promo videos, but this, you can actually plug into his back as a cape, but it's not in the instructions. So the arm shield kind of inhibits that a little bit, right? Because it can't fold all the way out, or else it'll pop out. But that looks pretty cool. See, how does he look? Magnificent. I'm the magnificent Mandalorian. Grogu. So the pram, or the base that goes with the pram thing, the base actually has the Mandalorian sigil carved into there. It's hard to see, but it's there. And then you can plug the pram in. The instructions say, put a blast effect in there. So I will put a blast effect in. Yeah, and it's got lots of... So, there is a hole slot to match the slot hole slot there. Or tab, rather. So all of that plugs all the way in nicely. So that Mando can be walking around with this empty pod floating. I've got to protect an empty pod. Or the tiniest Grogu ever. Here I am. Yeah, okay, not working. It also shows that you can take this cape thing, take this off, and actually wrap it around your stand. So there are tabs on the stand and slots on the cape. You can actually tab it, wrap it around. Tab it some more. Come on. Tab you. Taboo. Do I have it backwards? Backwards. All right. So there it is. All that is tied together. And then if you wanted, you could pop Grogu back on, or can you? No. That shield thing interferes with it. So, a storage for a shield that otherwise prevents you from using the other accessories. Dare I say, brilliant, Hasbro. Just brilliant. Let's unplug this. And I think, but I might be lying. Can you use... The stand does have a peg on it. And he does have his 5mm port. So yes, you can give him a big shield with his sigil, with his backpack, with his weird stingray gun thing. There we go. And blast effects go on both. Stop making me a liar. Mansformer. I'm going to see if I can make that stick. Mansformer. Look at my superior firepower. As I hold my really wonky fire blasting man stick. Alright. There you go. And floating Grogu. Grogu's dead. Alright, so here is Mansformer. And a couple of comparison shots. Here he is with 86 Prime. So he's about the height, I don't have him home right now, of ER Prime. And we have Studio Series Bumblebee. Oh, that's so cute. Look at them getting ready to fight the galaxy together. And here he is with Mandalorian, Mini DeLorean, and Mini Grogu. So yeah, there you go. And then lastly, just because I wanted to. There you go. You can see how they stack up. So, all in all, I think this figure is pure win. I love the transformation. I love the posability. I love the accessories when they stay on. Yeah, he's packed with a lot of value. So, I just got him in the mail today. Like I said, I ordered him from Walmart Canada. I got a shipping notice yesterday, and then here it was today. So I'm in Toronto, so who knows when you may get yours. Stay in there. Yeah, not the most secure thing, but for posing-wise and everything else, he looks pretty darn cool. I really enjoy this figure. And as you can see, both modes shine. Here he is on his flight stand. Now, the flight stand has some movement, but not a whole lot. The weight of him kind of flops him around. You can flip it around and try, but it's too heavy. Right, so, no matter which way you put the flight stand, he stays up. You can use your blast effects. They just slide right over the engine as far as you want them to go. Same thing on the other side. Slide it over. There you go. Now he's zooming. You've got places for his blasters to fire there. I haven't tried. He still has 2 more blast effect pieces that I have not tried to put on or add anywhere. But this one's nice and small, so it could go on his gun. Now, his gun, speaking of which, there's this port here that I thought maybe was for, his tiny gun. But it doesn't. I mean, it's a square rectangle hole, and that's a round peg. You could put it in here, if you so wish. That is a thing you can do. But there's no other obvious place to store it. However, I got curious, and I took these off. And by the way, I did try to keep it in its holster during transformation. It just would not fit. So, open this up, and you get the head cavity space. And you can actually drop it in there. And you can store it in there. Doesn't even rattle around. So, storage option if you wish for it, if you want him to have that blaster when he is done flying around. And you could probably wrap this part around now. I'm not going to bother trying to do it other than loosely. Yes, you can wrap it around now to keep that cape in there as well. You just have these extra blouses that you can't really do anything with. Right? Unless you have it on the front. So there you go is Mansformer N-1 Starfighter Mandalorian. I think this is great. Like I said, I think with tax, shipping, all that stuff, I think he was 83 Canadian, which is around $60 US. Really, really good figure. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. So until you can get a better review from MGO or one of the other great reviewers out there, hopefully this answers a few questions for you. Thanks for watching.